Invasive Species Project Presentation Indiana Bats.
By Diana Smith,
Noelia Fernandez.
Diamond Wilson.
Was it introduced? The Indiana bat has been listed as federally endangered under the Endangered Species Preservation Act on March 11, 1967, due to dramatic decline of populations throughout their range. Reasons for the bat's decline include disturbance of colonies by human beings, pesticide use, and loss of summer habit resulting from the clearing of forest cover. As of 1973, the Indiana bat has been listed as endangered under the Endangered Species Act and additionally protected by the Federal Cave Resource Protection of 1988.
What other businesses or industries does it affect? Indiana bats in Indiana, including food habits, family life, habitat, and etc. Bats are fragile and humans' contact can harm them. Sites are surveyed every other winter to minimize bats' disturbance.
What other monetary costs expected to be caused by the invasive species? The estimated damage from the invasive species worldwide totals more than 1.4 trillion, or 5% of the global economy. The U.S. cost from invasive species is estimated to be 120 billion, with more than 100 million acres affected.
What is being done to combat the invasive species? The best way to fight invasive species is to prevent from them occurring in the first place. You can help stop the introduction and spread of invasive species.
What occupation takes airplanes, four-wheel drive trucks, and research biologists navigating across the landscape equipped with radio antennas? Tracking of the Indiana bat, an endangered species about the length of a business card and the weight of a quarter. These small mammals play an essential role in our ecosystem and are our #1 natural control of night-flying insects. Information about the migration of these bats had been minimal at best. But thanks to groundbreaking research over the last few years, important data has been discovered about the Indiana bat's journey. Traveling and studying the Indiana bat's migration, however, creates enormous challenges for researchers. Join us as we explore the complex steps of a spring migration study and the incredible expedition of this small, endangered animal known as the Indiana bat.
Indiana bats had a big decline in population numbers in the 60s, and when it was realized that their numbers were not bouncing back, they were put on the endangered species list. Part of it was people not understanding how important bats were, and they were actually outright killing them. And then there was also changes in their hibernacula, where people would change the openings of the caves and change the airflow and the temperature. So then cave gating became popular for Indiana bats' hibernacula, and that helped keep people out of the caves, and the numbers of the bats started to increase after that. So a lot of the decline with the species was human-induced. And then more recently, in 2006, white nose syndrome showed up in the States from possibly Europe.